We are carrying on from our previous lesson on the CWS definition of health and are looking at one of its fundamental elements: to coexist with other beings in our ecosystem. Once the organism passed the adaptation test, the second feature of health is its ability to coexist with other organisms and forces in its environment. To coexist harmoniously, each being must contribute to the whole without encroaching on others' purpose. Here, we start seeing how the aberration from the natural order of a faction of rogue beings has deviated the human off its course and destroyed in the process the balance and health of the ecosystem. To put it in context, the aberration breaching the natural order would be for a farmer to encroach on the surgeon's purpose by opening a side business, employing surgeons to practice medicine on his behalf, or for the surgeon to take over farming as a side business, employing others to farm on his behalf. In this example, we have a double aberration from the natural order. First, by the farmer and surgeon encroaching on each other's vocation, taking over the other's purpose within their community, and second, by taking over more resources than they could accumulate through their labor, breaking the balance of equity. In the natural order, there are sufficient resources to satisfy the needs of all species. If the lion decided to gang with his mates to create an army of employees to hunt for them to resell in the savannah at a profit, there would not be much left for other animals. They would be forced to join the hunting squad or migrate to another region, encroaching in the process on others' livelihood. By this greedy model, the ecosystem's balance would be destroyed and life on Earth would soon be extinct. The river fish doesn't aspire to expand its reign to take over the fish in the ocean. The salmon doesn't aspire to become trout. The cow doesn't aspire to become elephant. The wolves don't take over the lion's resources. The ruby doesn't aspire to become diamond. Silver doesn't aspire to become gold. The moon doesn't aspire to take over the sun's purpose. An organism who takes over the purpose and resources of another is a parasite. In the natural order, the salmon stays salmon and does salmon things, serving its kind and the ecosystem. Humans too are born with the aptitudes required for the good functioning and evolution of our kin, town, nation and environment. Only a small number have no natural talent of their own with which to contribute to the ecosystem, because they are parasitic entities born outside the natural order. You recognize a tree by its fruit. You recognize if one is part of the ecosystem or a parasite by their contribution to or destruction of their environment. This abnormal desire to take over others' resources and dominate is the parasite's behavior, not human nature. If you look at indigenous cultures, they live in harmony with their environment. They don't overpopulate and don't overconsume. They respect all life and don't kill except to protect and eat. Whereas the parasite kills by pleasure and sport, destroys everything in its wake and serves only itself. Its survival depends not on its contribution to the well-being of the ecosystem, but on its ability to possess and siphon its resources. If in the adaptation phase the compass lies within the organism, in the coexistence phase it lies within the others. We serve as corrective guides for others and they as ours. Through the feedback from our interactions, we inform each other if we are on track or if we have deviated from it. That's what Self meant when they said that every vice carries an inherent virtue and vice versa, that every bad carries a hidden good. A physical illness is often the awareness trigger to heal a moral and spiritual one. In this process of self-regulation, our tormentors and enemies act as customs agents, preventing us from getting further off the map. A narcissist husband making our life hell informs us that we deviated from our course. Whether because we are in the wrong profession or because we have developed an unbecoming character, their intervention, like any illness, is a sword with two edges, meant to help us remember that we have a choice. It is that moment of awareness of the duality of our world, the good, bad, positive, negative, health, illness, spirit, matter, that provides us with the awareness of our choice-making ability. And depending on which side we vote with, which side we choose, ease and superficiality or hardship, but transformation, comfortable lie or painful truth, we either correct course towards our purpose or we deviate further, delaying our arrival at our destination, our purpose here. It is in taking these messages and making the hard choices that we prove if we are ready or not to evolve to the next evolutionary level. The longer we resist the message, the more painful it gets. Life doesn't care how much it hurts. It put pain in place as a corrective measure on purpose. When we ignore the first warnings, we get anxiety disorders and psychosomatic conditions. If we persist in ignoring the warnings, we get depression and chronic illnesses. And these agents will not let us be until we either choose deviation and become one with it, or until we correct course internally by revising our shortcomings and externally by embracing our purpose. In the past, it was easier to recognize when our efforts to improve put us back on track. We encountered less adversity. Our journey became more rewarding. The devil's job was to test our level of awareness and character and to torment us when we fell short and deviated from our path. That off-map was its territory. However, since the natural order was corrupted, the off-course became the new human territory. In our modern days, there are more agents punishing you for staying true to your purpose than the old adversary meant to sanction your deviation. Sin is rewarded as virtue, and virtue is punished as sin. In this upside-down world, it is hard to tell anymore whether your path is blocked because you are off course or because you are on it. That's why it is important to know the science of self. Only this piercing self-knowledge would arm us with the awareness and wisdom to correct our course and restore balance to our world. If you enjoyed this content, please like, follow, share, and leave your comments below. For a deeper dive, check out our book on Amazon. Link in the description.